guys, it's Shinmo here, and I'm bringing you a VMA guide. I know there's been a lot of guild mates who have been trying to do VMA lately, and they've been having a hard time with it, you know. So I mean, it is what it is. I figured we could go ahead and I do it a lot anyways because I'm stupid and I like grinding out for stuff. So yeah. So here, as far as like the skills, I'm running the basic stuff: blockade, elemental drain, channel focus, honor the dead, harness magicka, and crescent sweep. And on my front bar, I've got fiery rage, radiant oppression, inner light, solar barrage, blazing spear, and puncturing sweep. Now I understand that you'll have a lot of builds out there. I got tri-stat pots and magic pots. And some spell power. I'm not going to use those really, and I'm on Witch Mothers for the sustain. The tri-stats are really only there for the end, but that's some magic. You can pretty much get away with that the whole time if you've got good stamina. Alright, as far as my sets I'm wearing, I've got Spell Strat. Now I'm not wearing anything special. I am using the Maelstrom's Inferno staff because I've got it, but you can easily do Maelstrom with like. Of course, I don't have it on me. You could do it with a burning spell. No, you could do burning spell with Mother Sorrow and Valken Scoria. I highly recommend Valken Scoria as it gives you the one piece gives you the slotted bonus, and the other gives you the. I've got a prismatic glyph on it, and it always hits. It's just a really solid set for VMA. And yeah, that Scamplord's one should not be reduced cost. My stats, I don't really have anything too crazy going on here. It's not like I have a stupid amount in the champion points and stuff. I figure I'll go over that for, whatever's sake. But enough messing around. Let's go ahead and get over to Maelstrom. Now again, if you're a magic character, I definitely do recommend, if you're like a Templar or something, if you have good sustain, like you have really good healing. I've got puncturing sweep and honor the dead, so I've got insane healing. I would recommend you wear something like Burning Spell Weave Mother Sorrow, easy to get, easy to use. If you're a stamina character, like a Stanblade or a Stam Warden or something like that, I would probably go with Briarheart, Briarheart, Vicious Ophidian, and Veladreth. You can get Briarheart from, there's a quest in Hrothgar, Frozen Fleet, up in the northwestern part of it, where you can actually get a Briarheart dagger, and then you can get Vicious Ophidian jewelry, and yeah. But let's just get into it, right? Okay, it is on bet. All right. Cannot count the number of times I've come to this stupid place and it's not been on bet.
Do you suppose this one has what it takes?
These two. Do I? I don't know. Does it look like I got what it takes? How do I win? Accept your challenge, blah, 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 goodbye. So, basically, if you haven't done Maelstrom, it's 9 stages. Each stage has anywhere between 3 to 6 rounds, and they go up as you get further. So, like, yeah. Either way, first stage. So, it's all about, it's all about memorizing the spawn locations. The first guy is going to spawn right where I'm facing right here. So you're basically going to throw down your dots and everything, and then try to just focus him down. Now, I roll dodged because it's a clan fear, and clan fears are really bad. They're the one thing on stage 1 that might cause you to die, because the fact that they stun you and knock you down, and then you can't move, and then get back here, you schmuck. Now again, as you can see, like, they do spawn all over, but I can kind of hang out here. The main thing is that, like, on normal, you can actually get away with having, you can let everything get grouped together and just, kill them down with AoEs. On vet, you cannot do that. You need to focus them down one at a time. I mean, I guess if you're like, if you're running like the pet sword build with like 40,000 health, your damage is that high, but you can just shield stack your way through it. And then, they're going to spawn a lot anyway. They're going to spawn a lot anyway, so it's not, you could do it that way, I guess. Focusing them down is definitely the more safe strategy and more efficient strategy. Light attacks are, yeah, right there. You see that? The little bastard tried to jump on me. Light attacks, I'm just light attacking a lot to conserve my magic because I've got decent enough magic recovery, but you would be surprised how quickly it can go, because one of the big differences between normal and vet, on normal Maelstrom, in between every round, you get all your stuff back. On vet, you don't. So on vet, if you want all your magic and stuff back, you need to die or, use whatever recovery you can. Just focusing him down. The flame AoE, if you're a vampire, I mean, like, you really don't want to get hit by stuff anyways. If you're a magic character, it's not the most important thing to do. I don't really rely on it, so to speak. I'm gonna use it a lot, probably, now that I said that. But I don't rely on harness magic. I use it to definitely keep me and help me. But again, I've got really, really good healing because I'm a magplar, so, like, when you see me here, it's just stabbing. Stabbing keeps me full. That's why, if you can put Elemental Drain on there, you're not going to get to LA Drain a lot of stuff, but especially bosses, you can get LA Drain on them, and then you can really help get some more stuff back from yourself. Now the final boss is going to, right here. Here's where the final boss is going to spawn for this round, or this stage. He doesn't really do anything all that crazy. You have the little AoE chasing you around still. I didn't mention earlier, but it just kind of hangs out, chases you around the entire time. It is what it is. The ad that spawns, he's going to teleport over here every time. At that point, that's when I, as a magic character, drop my Destro, pop LA Drain on him, throw down all my dots. Took me way too long to do that, and then just burn, burn, burn. He's then execute, Jesus beam him down, and he's dead. Pretty easy, pretty easy. If you are a Templar, I almost recommend that you grab the other morph that heals you for stuff like that. But either way, this guy right here, Tutor, you always want to repair your gear in between. Always do it. I didn't die, but it's just, it's just better to be safe than sorry, I guess, in the fact that, like, it gets nasty later on. You're going to die a lot when you're learning it. Okay, this stage is actually pretty bad. That thing in the middle, you see it goes all shocky. Now, you cannot stand in there. If you try to go in there, it's going to shoot you out. There are switches around the arena that when you hit them, they turn that area into a little healing spring type place. And they actually, after that, they turn that into the healing place, and then you can go in there and heal and restore and blah blah blah. Try not to rely on that if you don't have to. It's just not the final boss. It doesn't really do anything until the final boss of this round. The final boss of this stage, what he does, or what they do, is they'll actually go into the middle and heal with you. So if you're going in there to heal, they're going in there to heal too. And it's just, it's just better. It's just better not to do that if you can. Sorry if I mentioned something that I'm not going to show here. It's because I'm recording the audio in post because reasons that are just dumb. I tried doing it at the same time. It was really, really bad. Dwarven spiders. Again, so with the blades, my strategy, I like to hang around the middle blade. I know the middle blade is always going counterclockwise, so I can always know, I always know where to stand. I know when it's coming around. If you can if you can block through it like that, you see, or if you can run through it, that's also a really good thing to do. If you can. It's not that, you can't always just run through stuff, but if you can actually just run through the damn thing, run against it. Whatever you do, don't try to run with it. If you're a stamina character and you're running this... Drop that. If you're a stamina character and you're running the setup that I said to run with the Vicious Ophidian, Briarheart, and Veladreth, Vicious Ophidian keeps you moving faster, and so long as you're killing stuff, you should honestly be able to run behind one of them. If you're having trouble weaving in and out like I do, you honestly should be able to run behind one of the blades. So I did. You run behind it, and then, just kind of keep an eye on how close you're getting to it, and then you just kite it around the whole arena. You just hang out behind it. Okay, the final boss is stupid. You know, throwing on all your dots right off the bat. He's getting these 3 dwarven centurions. Now I'm just gonna stand in that and stab because I can heal with that. When he hits about 70%, he'll go down into that phase and you cannot hurt him. At that point, you need to move on to the next one and kill that one. Now alright, that one's down. They put up that shield. There's no breaking through that shield. Destrolls is none of that. Now, the reason why like the first one got burned further is because I burned him faster than it could actually react. So yeah, he's gonna skip this phase because, gosh, he's gonna skip the phase because it just, yeah. I believe he actually skips it. He's healing while he's doing that. You'll notice that when you look at them later. I'm gonna try to group them up a bit. Grab these 2 sigils over here. I never mentioned that, but if you grab the sigils, then you can. The speed sigil obviously makes you move faster, so it's another thing if you're having a hard time keeping up with the blades, if you're trying to follow them, that'll definitely help you. You see they just kind of bounce up and down until they're eventually dead. So you just kind of attack one, okay, that one's not gonna... You just gotta hit them like all at your time. That's why I tried to drop a Destroll so that hopefully they would get up and just die immediately. And can we kill this guy? Thank you. Dodge that. Okay, and he's dead. Not too bad. This is honestly okay. It's not too bad because I've done it a million times. This stage even still can give me some problems if I'm not paying attention. It's this one really more than anything teaches you that you need to be aware of what's going on around you. You can't just hang out and mess around. You can't focus on one thing. You need to focus on like what's going on behind you. Where's the next blade? Where's the boss? What's his health at? All that kind of jazz. This stage is definitely a fun one, the Drome of Toxic Shock. Now this one, you're going to want to stay out of the water. You're going to want to stay out of the water, right? There's the 3 gates over there. In between, there's the 3 you can see right there. She is going to shoot poison down, and this green circle that I'm standing in right now is the antidote. I just happened to spawn in. She also is going to shoot down lightning bolts at you. When you see those, you need to keep on moving. Keep moving out the way. There's the poison right there. The other thing is you have stranglers that spawn whenever they feel like it, and those stranglers will CC the hell out of you. You need to make sure that they do not live. Here we got a Walmasu. Just going to shield my way through it. It's not really a good idea at all. That was actually way too close for comfort. I should have grabbed like a sigil or something there, or like not killed the Wamasu yet, but I got lucky. See that strangler over there? Like I'm moving slower now. You still got that CC on me. That's because of that strangler over there. If you can kill them during the round, like while it's going on, or like throw some dots, throw some AOE's on them. If you can't, then I mean the best thing you could do is definitely take them out in between rounds. If you leave them, all right. Was that giant snake at me? Poison didn't help. No. I remember I was doing something. Poison. Yeah. So stab. Dots. Stab. Lots of stabbing. Lots and lots of stabbing here. I mean, there's not much to say. I'm just kind of doing my thing. Just killing them. There's really nothing too mechanic-wise. I mean, there's the poison. Okay, this guy right here, the Queen's Champion. He has an uppercut attack. That right there. You need to make sure that does not hit you. That uppercut will be the death of you if it hits you. It is really, really bad. He's Sork, the Stam Sork. Uppercut hits really bad, and then I don't remember if he does critical rush or not. I usually try to, ever since I learned how hard that uppercut hits, I try to focus him down as soon as possible so I don't have to deal with that, you know. Alright, another Lamia. More poison. The other Lamias, the Curies, They never really mentioned it because it wasn't really a big thing, but they spawned the purple ones that are like that died right behind me there. They will spawn those. They're just shadows. You can either kill the shadow and kill the main, or just kill the main and it'll take out the shadow too. Honestly, it's like a trash mob in here. I don't really worry about that, and I keep looking over here because I'm waiting for the queen's advisor to spawn. Because she is a little feisty. Here she is. Okay. So when she spawns in, she's a hag raven. She's got an attack kind of like the Dragon Knight chain or silver bolts. It yanks you over to her is what it does. So you need to kind of be careful. You want her, if possible, back her up, like back up. So for range wise, she has to be on an island. That way, if she pulls you to her, you'll be on the island and not in the water. Because as you've noticed by now, the water gets a little electrified. Now the sigils here, the sigils are a thing. If you kite her around this way that I am, you can get her to stop right about. I'm gonna grab the front sigil first. You can get her to stop right about here every time. I grab the defense sigil because I'd rather not have to deal with ads and stuff. When you fight her, you want to spin her because of that attack right there. That cone AoE will, it'll stun you, and then you won't be able to move. It'll knock you down. You'll take stamina getting up. You'll be being wailed on by other stuff. It's not nice. Nice for you to do that. I can't hit her. There we go. All right. And why am I going that way? It's behind me. Behind me. There we go. Good. Sabotage the floor 8. Repairing again, just for repairing's sake. What charges? I'm good on charges. It's. I mean, you don't really. Again, like I said, Mother Sorrow, Burning Spellweed, Briarheart, Veladreth. You can get it done. You could run a set like Relic Winds or something like that. I don't recommend it because of the fact that on stamina you need the sustain. You need something like Briarheart to keep you going. And Vista Finian helps you keep moving. I'm able to run these two sets because I've got really, really good healing. It doesn't cost me anything more than my attacks. Like there's some synergy here, and it just works. As a magic character, you want to try to keep LA Drain up as much as possible if you're running it, because to help your sustain. And it's plus 600 magic recovery, 300 per second. Recovery is based on the 2 seconds. Now the mechanic here, that little orb dude that I just killed, there's another one that'll spawn for sure. You want to kill them before they go to the center. That little guy right there that just spawned, he's gonna beeline, if I didn't stop him, he's gonna beeline towards the center. And if he does that, what'll happen is he'll lock himself in a shield and start shooting lightning at me. Here's one spawning right over here. You see, he's gonna beeline right here. He's stopping right there, and then like that. I killed him there, but he was gonna stop there anyways. That lightning wall. Be very, very careful. That will definitely kill you if it hits you. Unless you've got a shield. You need to be at like max health and have some shields. For the little guys, you can kind of, if you've got good enough DPS, which this character doesn't have too much DPS, you can just light attack them down, save some resources. If they do get into their shield, throw your dots on them, and then bring all the ads, bring everything else over to that thing. You want that thing dead. You don't want it on the center. If you can keep that from happening, you'll be square. Alright, more. I can't swap bars. I just hit blockade like 17 times, but I really want this guy out of here. There we go. And of course, there's another one over there. Can I stop this one? Yeah, I got him. I mean, as you'll see, you see how fast my dots pile through the ads, and the fact that he's still, my dots still wasn't enough to get rid of him, or to even bust that shield. I still had to do a bit of attack on my own just to break his shield. These guys, they're really, really tough when they get going for that shield. Oh, I ate that. Okay. So I barely survived it. I decided not to heal, I guess, because I've got puncturing. So I'm trying to explain, like I said, I'm trying to explain in post, because when I tried a recording of it with me commentating at the same time, and I am not skilled enough to commentate what I'm doing and why I'm doing it as I'm doing it. I can't. It just, I was dying a lot. This is actually a pretty good run. One of my better runs. I think my best run so far on it. So I figured I'd commentate over that. Spiders, I know I said not to let things pile up, but just really didn't have much of a choice. They're all there. This guy is a Dragon Knight type thing. He's got a Dragon Knight standard thing going on. Uppercut. You never want to get hit by uppercut. Okay. So I know to the right there was a little guy there that I just jumped past. Apparently I realized it. Final boss. Okay. Big old dwarven spider. Just like in Home. You want to stay underneath him in this green AoE. When he's over here in environmentalist mode, you want to stay with him. Now, sometimes when he spawns, that AoE isn't always there. Sometimes it's just not. That's how it is. Either way, if he's moving around, you need to be beneath him. Otherwise, he's going to kill you. Now, every single time he's going to stop right after the axe sigil, the attack. At that point, that's when I drop my Destro ult on him, and then go around the rest of the room. If your DPS is high enough, you don't need to kill the ads. But you just, I drop a Destro ult, go around the room, I'm picking up the defense sigil just to make sure I don't die. With my other AoEs and stuff, I can just kind of, keep attacking as we go forward. The main thing for damaging him while he's moving, your AoEs. Throw down your Caltrops, your Endless Hail, your Blockade, your Shard, Liquid Lightning, whatever you got. Throw them all down, and then that way he's walking into the damage. Okay, more repair. Alright, the Rink of Frozen Blood. This is This is the stage that everyone says is the worst. Everyone is like, this stage is bad, this is the hardest one in all of Maelstrom. Personally, I don't think it is. This is difficult for sure, but once you have, it's difficult without a strategy. Now I know where things spawn, so I'm already like laying my dots down where they're gonna spawn because I want to, not die. In this stage, it's all about really the archers and there's these like ranged ice caster guys that you need to kill. That dude Chillbane, that guy right there. You want to kill him first because he can hit you from afar. You can always kite the other guys. Now this troll over here, whenever he feels like it, he's gonna spawn. He's gonna go to one of the islands. It's always random which one. Hopefully it'll be the one you're on, but not always. But either way, he's gonna go to one of the islands and he is going to start pounding on it and destroying it. When he destroys an island, you don't want to destroy an island. When an island gets destroyed, you get a big, giant, like, a little mini-boss Nereid thing to kill, which hits really hard. It's a ranged ad, so it can hit you from afar. I'm going to hit this troll first, because I'd rather not deal with that. The troll's, like, he's in the same boat as the Dwarven Spheres and stuff, where, like, you need to get him in between. The thing is, the Dwarven Spheres, if you miss them on the last stage, it's like oh man, I shouldn't have missed that, dang. If you miss the troll, it's like, fuck, I'm gonna die. This one is the ogre stage. I'm kind of really watching where the troll goes, but I know that on these stages, it's not that bad. I wanted him dead first, though. Got the speed one, because I know I'm gonna be slow-moving over there. You can just bash him. This is why a lot of builds will say to have Crushing Shock on. You run Crushing Shock, you can hit him from afar and go back to DPSing, hit him from afar again, go back to DPSing, lather rings and repeat. I personally hate that idea. I don't like it. I don't think it's good. I've tried it. I have tried it. I couldn't get the hang of it. I would rather just bash him or just DPS him. Now, you notice I keep going back to this island. One, that's because everything spawns on this island. Two, because this is just for strategy's sake later, it works to start on this island, to be used to starting on this one. This is island number 1 for all intents and purposes. We're on island number 1 right now with the speed sigil. Island number 2 is the one where everything else just spawned from, where the healing sigil is. And then island number 3 is the one over there with the attack and defense sigil. No matter what you need to, if the island gets destroyed, it will come back at the end of that round. In between rounds, the island will come back. For the rest of that one, you're stuck without it. I am just taking a beating right now. It's because I need to kill the Nereid and stuff like that. But I'm neglecting that and trying to kill the troll instead. the astronaut instead. Alright. Ellie Drain. I didn't Ellie Drain. Okay. That's fine. Alright. At round 4, you actually want to start on island number 2, and you want to focus this giant down. As soon as he spawns, he's going to do this sweeping attack. Just, go around him. You want to try to kill everything before, because the other troll gets, or the other ogre, not troll, the other ogre gets over here. Damn it. The other giant gets over here. And the two of them really, really is bad. That AoE, that little sweeping thing, hits really, really, really hard. And it's just better if you don't get hit. Myriads, kill them. And then we're going to go to island number 3. Island where you're going to get a few animals that spawn. Honestly, now's not a bad time to grab that effect sigil. If you're feeling any risk at all, grab the defense sigil, because once you kill him, once you kill Boar, it's like he's the last thing on this stage. And it's better or on this round, stage 7. Alright, Chillbane is down. Now we're gonna go back to island number 1. So rounds 1, 2, 3, and 5, you start on island number 1. Number 4, or round 4, you start on island number 2. Now the troll, we're gonna kill the troll first. It just kind of sucks that he didn't go to where we were. But you want to keep her. You want to DPS her. Don't DPS her on any island until island number 1. This is a boss fight where it's not about the burn. It's about. It is about the burn, but it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how much you're actually hitting for. She doesn't have a lot of health. She doesn't have a lot of resistance. But ads spawn at 90%. You get 1 ranged ad and 1 melee ad. At 75%, she smashes the island. I am dead. Okay, so what I should have done there is I should have stopped DPSing her at 90%, hit the archer, then gone back to DPSing her, then, get her down to 75, then move on to island number 2, pick up the healing sigil, and then, range DPS the Nereid and stuff like that. That's what you're supposed to do. If your DPS is good enough and you've got the sustain, you can kind of skip the first ads and then deal with them in between. It's really risky, and I definitely don't recommend it. I definitely recommend you follow the actual thing way you're supposed to do it. Where's the troll going this time? The troll is going over there. It's actually not the worst thing ever. And we need to get off this island. If you are on the island with her, you are going to die. Have you noticed the troll gets stunned when she does the jump thing? That's your time in between. So if the troll was on, if I knew she was at 80%, and I knew I could get her down another 5% really quickly, that's the time when you say, okay, let me take this, let me take the troll and, let me go deal with the troll before she gets over here, right? Alright, and then at 45%, or at 60%, you get more ads, and then at 45%, she jumps again. When she jumps, you're going to go over here, you're going to grab the shield and the attack sigil. This is the reason why we needed this island attacked. When you have the shield sigil, you can pretty much, for the most part, ignore the ads. They can still kill you, they will still kill you if you're not careful, but you don't have to constantly be shielding or worrying about them. At that point, you can literally just kill the boss. I don't know why this wolf spawns every time for me afterwards. It's like a one last hurrah, maybe he'll get it, but whatever. Alright. And repair armor one more time. Alrighty, and now we're on into the Spiral Shadows. This stage is something, this stage. This stage is, again, part of the big 3 hardest stages in Maelstrom. It's not bad, per se, but it's not easy. Okay, so you see these totem things. You see how they got all webbed up. Now, this is kind of the big mechanic here. You really don't want these things webbed up. What you have to do is, where is he? This will be, so I'm trying to find him. There's a Horver around here. There he is. So you're going to want to kill this Horver on, near one of the totems. And his guts will fly over. Now, I just did the other way. If you kill him away from it, his body will turn into a little venom grenade, and you can then throw that venom grenade at him, and so we've got the Horror over here, so you kill him on it and it unwebs it. Now, the reason you need those unwebs is because of what's going on right now. The swarm attacks seek a resonating obelisk. The swarm of spiders that will come after you. It will kill you unless you get to an obelisk fast. It has to be one that's lit up. Obviously, yeah. What happens on normal, you can kind of just ignore them. I mean, not ignore them, so weak, but on normal, you can just DPS and you can just kill them. On bet, that's it's not really the experience. You don't really get to do that. Alright, so I've lit up 4 of them right now. 4 of them are open, 1 of them is not. I'm not going to open up the 5th one yet because the 5th one, it enrages, it stuns everything in the entire stage for like 8 seconds or something. It's like a really, really long crowd control. None they can break free of or anything. It's just, it stuns them and it locks them down and they're just straight for damage. Now, personally, I don't need to do that any other I don't need to do that any other time besides the final boss. Even then, you don't have to do it, but it's definitely recommended you do. You can do it as many times as you want, or as many times as you can open up all of them. But you do have to deal with the fact that when you open them all up, it does web up 3 of them immediately after the thing happens. Personally, I would rather keep 4 of them open the entire time and just deal with it. And then on the final stage, I'll DPS the boss down to like 60% or so, then open the last one. I would rather do that rather than like sit there and fight through the entire, like have to redo them, right? Because you get the swarms chasing you, and yeah. I saw one got webbed up, so I opened up. These web spinners, I didn't mention it before because I didn't see the last one. They will jump up out of the ground and they will just start webbing up that totem again. Just kill them is all you gotta do. See that? Plus one was there. Alright, another Horror. I just kind of want him dead, like away from that thing, and that way I don't accidentally kill him. Like where I don't kill him in the wrong spot. More stabbing. This is pretty much, I mean, you notice I'm not really doing anything super different, right? I'm keeping my stuff down, my dots and everything. But other than that, it's just, oh yeah, this guy, the captain, I forgot. He's got a stamp sort of thing going on. He drops that negate. And as you notice, the totem just went away as I got to it. That'll happen sometimes. I didn't realize that the totem I was going to was facing out and the other one was facing in. If I realized it was facing in, then, well, I probably wouldn't have done that. But it is what it is. It's not the worst thing ever. It happens. It's, yeah. Alright, so when I die, it webs up all of them except one, so my first object is to immediately start unbreaking these webs. Again, you need at least 3 open at all times because of the swarm. You can outrun the swarm for a little while. If you pick up the attacks, the speed sigil, and you've got your heals, you can outrun it for a little bit, but not enough that you're going to survive without the thing. You technically can kill them, but they've got like a couple 100,000 health each. You're not going to kill them. So here, this one's closing down, but I figure I can get a few of them in it. Now you'll notice when they, I never mentioned this last time. The spiders, what they do is they go and they get blinded by the light and then they run away. You don't have to stand in the light like you see, like you watch a lot of guys, at least what I've seen, people just hang out in the light until the spiders are gone. You don't have to do that. You just have to make them touch the light, and then as soon as they start turning away from you, they're not going to go back. So at that point, you're good to get back out there and get around the mechanics. Just make sure that all 6 spiders actually got stuck in the light. This one is going away, so we'll go over here to the other one. I'm being a lot more careful now. You see all of them, they're already gone. I'm trying to be a lot more careful with not letting them kill me. These flash Antronachs hit really, really hard. I'm trying to just walk them through my dots, walk through my AoEs and stuff. And hopefully hoping that would be enough. Again, one of them is webbed up now. Nothing really new changes on this round, except you get lurchers. And on sorry, it's late at night. On the next part, you get, or at the end of it, you get 2 lurchers that spawn. Again, I mean, using sigils isn't a bad thing. Definitely pick them up if you need to. I try to save, like, there are certain situations where I save the sigils. If I haven't actually said anything about it, then then as far as I like go for it, I only pick it up if I need it. I've mentioned so far every time I personally like always, yes, it's time to grab the sigil. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. This one is more of a preference this stage. Now I've got 4 of them webbed up. You see the web spinners are coming up a lot more now, so I gotta keep on track of them. I'm not fully keeping on track of them. I've still got 2 webbed up, which ideally you want to go into the final round with 1 webbed up, but know that they're probably going to get webbed up during it. Spiders are all gone. That's doing that. Orber's out here. I need to like try to attack the Orber, but I don't think I need it. I don't think I got to attack him. No, I didn't get his attention. It was more about like surviving. Okay. Final boss of this stage is this chick. Now, she hits hard. The reason you need these things opened up as soon as possible is the fact that she gets stronger the more than they're webbed up. And the longer they are webbed up, she got greater strength. So now she's gonna hit harder, blah blah blah. I really don't want to be hit by those attacks. I'm taking the hits because again, I have the healing attacks. That little mini me that she's got over there, that thing you need to make sure that you do not ignore that thing. I'm trying to go over. Alright, now if I could just whip this across the map. Eat it across, I missed it. That's fine. In the end, you can kill her without doing that. There's a guy that I know, he never does what I'm doing, what I'm getting ready to do here. He only keeps enough totems open that he needs to survive the storm and just depress as is. Swarm is attacking again. I thought I just had a swarm after me, but whatever. I'm not really gunning for the lurcher. I'm more just trying to survive at this point. Alright, I see my chance to finally kill this thing, throw it, pop it, everything gets stunned down, locked down, everything. That's why you want to save it. You want to do it on the final boss for sure if you can. Drop all your dots and then just burn. Execute, and she didn't even get to get back. This is not a hard stage. It definitely takes time to get used to the mechanics of the moving in and out of it and stuff, but it's not difficult. This is the stage this is the real hardest stage in the whole Maelstrom. What happens in this stage is the enemies, you see these little budding plants, right? Little half-cocked mushrooms. Those will be the bane of your existence, along with these damn venom shots and the venom followers. It's a lot in this stage. So the archers, whenever the archers are out, you need to focus them down immediately. Because they hit really, really hard and they will ruin your life. Again, if you can, start to try to memorize, maybe not off of this video, but if you can, like, memorize where the spawn locations are, you can just, they always spawn in the same spot. And you'll saw that plant just explode. That, if I would have been in that, would have been poisoned, and I'm sure I'm going to get poisoned here, so I'll just let that happen. But for now, the troll, rule of thumb of anything in just VMA. Keep yourself above 50% health with a shield if you can. The troll, more imperative than ever to do that, and I'm looking for, there it is, the venom collar. The venom collar, they are more important than the archers. The more poison than everything except maybe a troll or a monster. Either way, venom callers, they spawn plants all over the place and they immediately make them pop. So they basically just poison lot. You want to stand in the middle of the arena, you know, if you can. It's just nicer to have a lot of room, more visibility, stuff like that. If you can stay away from it, do that. You'll notice right there, that was on purpose. I triggered that plant on purpose because I wanted a clear shot over that mountain. The little green AoEs on either side, the ponds, those are what you go to clear the poison, shoot the poison. Go over there, and I mean, you don't have much time. If you're a stamina character, you need bigger on, like, immediately, and you may have a few seconds. If you're a magic, you see that right there? 13,000, 2 ticks, like that, I die. That poison is brutal. I can't heal through it. I can spam onto the dead, I can spam my shield, but if I don't get to that thing, I'm going to not make it. I'm trying to trigger this plan. You can trigger him, just kind of like get near him and then sprint away. Okay. Well, it's not that bad. Round 4 is probably the hardest round, I would say. But it's not really like... Again, we'll get into... There's a way to make that easy. Archers. I don't remember where everything spawns. I remember the things that have killed me a bunch of times. So that's why I'm going to grab the defense sigil just because the Wama suit's out. Wama suit, I definitely would grab it when he pops out. When you kill the first archer, he's going to pop out. No matter which one you kill. Now he's got 3 main attacks. He's got the one that he already shot me with. He's got the speaking AoE thing like he does that he done the first one. And then he's going to do it. That right there that he was gearing up to do. He was going to stomp the ground and shoot like lightning AoEs in like 6 different directions. You kind of want to be like on the side of him, directly to his left or right, where the little belly meat is. Not right up against him because you know anyways. But you kind of want to be near enough to him so you can like know when it's coming to be in the right spot. Either way, that's your safe spot when you actually stomp this 6 AoEs. Now see, we have 1 archer over there. We have a venom color spawning. Oh no, it's not a venom color. An archer right here. Now there's one out. You grab as soon as you kill the third, the second phase adds, you grab that defense sigil, it should be right next to it. There should be 3 archers out. The defense sigil actually, it actually deflects a fair amount of the damage you'll take, and it actually again shoots it back at them. So it's really, really good to deal with archers and stuff like that. Not to mention just bolsters your defenses a lot. Another thing, the reason I knew there was a venom color, besides the fact that plants were blowing up all over the place, was that my screen went on green and gammy light. And it'll happen again, and I'll point it out next time it happens. I just haven't do it. There's a lot going on here, as far as like how you know what's happening and stuff. As far as where to stand when you've got the plants, because I mean they're kind of motion triggered, but they're just go off whenever they feel like it. I mean, try to stay in the center is my big thing. Grab the if you are a stamina character and you see things like you got a venom color up or something that you're not used to yet, try to keep a hold of that speed sigil as you can. Because you can, it is possible to make it over there in time. It's just really, really hard. The big difference about this stage and the ones before is this one you get 2 trolls. So you kind of want to kill that last one as soon as possible. That way you still have some defense sigil for the troll. And I thought I got poisoned there, but I did not. There's a venom call out right now. You see my screen is over. There he is. Now we'll just deal with that. Alright, final round. This guy is tricky when you don't know what to do. Even so, he can still be difficult. Now he spits that thing always first off. Spits that. There's a stomping AoE that shoots out 6 things. The as far as I know so far, there's not really a good place to stand besides a bar in the back that can attack you. About 75%, these little dudes are really small. These guys, you need to focus down on one of them, not both of them, only one of them, as fast as you can. I'm trying to kill the venom color too, because kill one of them, and then you go to where the other one is standing, and you stand in the shield, and you see these guys. I should not have done that, so it rushed. So that, if you're not in there, that screen will one-shot. At that point, I usually grab the defensive sigil, and my dots down, more stabbing, Destro all the time, Jesus beam, Jesus beam, Jesus beam, everything adds. Respawnies to 2 light balls in the back. They hit me once, but I was able to kill him before he mattered. That final boss can be a real nuisance. That was actually really, really smooth about it. If he does go into the light or into the shield thing again, you have to hide behind the shield and stuff. Definitely deal with that. Also, the other thing I didn't mention is it happens quick. If crushing shock is your ultimate, or not ultimate, is your spammable, your thing, you can't attack him while you're there. If you interrupt the boss, or if you interrupt the guy who's casting the shield, you will die. If you kill the guy who's casting the shield, you will also die. This one, you kind of just go for the guy all the way on the left at first. The two-handed guy, the astronauts, they really don't do that much. I guess if you're a vampire, they might hurt. I don't know what was happening with my class there. I was like, not losing this thing. Whatever. Where's the Gandric and Willie deal with each other? So they kind of suck. That guy, this guy right here, the kind guy. That dude, you need to, just like the flame shapers in Hellrock Citadel, if you've done that, you need to bash them and you gotta bash them. Again, like most enemies, you don't want to get hit by those guys uppercut. And then at the end of every stage, you get hit with the boss like this Lurcher guy. The Lurcher guy, what you want to do is you want to go over here to the stone and kill him. Kill the stone, he becomes golden. If you kill the stone, you can't. He does hit pretty dang hard, as you can see. Kind of want to keep your distance if you can. Let your dots do a lot of the work for you, but don't, or just spin him. That's the other option. Spin him around, and then you'll be able to, deal with him that way. Okay. Next thing is Kind Gulp. Again, easy guy to deal with. Not that big of a deal. Doesn't really do much. I mean, if you can kill him while they're doing the casting thing, you always know when the boss is spawning because you'll see the again, you cannot hurt him while he's in there, so you want to kill the stone first. Oh, that hurt. And then, I mean, you can drop an ulti on him if you want. Personally, you'll notice throughout the whole thing, I save my Destro ulti for the final boss of each stage. You will get it back before that. If you drop your Destro ulti, unless you drop it on like the round right before, you should have plenty of time to get it back. But it's just a matter of like, is it worth it? For me, I can burn him perfectly fine without it. So I think round 3, you do not get a Kind Gulp guy to spawn right at the beginning. So deal with the guy with the two-handed. Then deal with these guys one at a time. I didn't kill the guy with the two-handed yet, but it's just healed. Over here, that. No, still not. Okay. two-handed guys actually can kill you. The stage is probably one of the easier ones in Maelstrom because the mechanics aren't that hard. You can still die. The Wandering Stone over there, again, same as always, break that, then you'll die. If he's like, you know, kicking your ass, like he kind of is right now, you can grab the defense sigil. This guy over here is the bad type, so you need to bash him. He snuck in while when the little mini boss dude spawned. And bam, that's done. Okay, stage 4, the little mini boss is a bit different. Personally, I do grab sigils for this one. Now, stage 4, where I looked right there, and then right over here, kind of, you get 2 of them at the same time. You need to, first things first, focus one of them down. I just always go for it on the right. Then you want to go find the other one and focus him down. Because otherwise, you're going to have those flame things shooting at you, and that's just, it hurts really bad. I don't recommend you actually, like, deal with that. Go. Mini boss from here. Little stage or round boss. Has a Dragon Knight chain, as you'll see. Also, she has a Dragon Knight standard type ability where she puts down the flag and hit. Now, you could drop a Death Shield on her if you wanted to. I personally don't think it's worth it. I mean, she does hit hard. Do not get me wrong. I'm starting to run out of stamina, so I stopped to swap for the Tri-Stat Potion. I don't know if I used it. I didn't use it. I just swapped to the 4 just in case. Okay, now if you've got good enough DPS, this character hits about 30k. If you're not hitting that hard, it's fine. You may need to space it out a bit. But if you're hitting about 30k or more, you can grab the sigils when it spawns. So grab the first sigil, the speed one, go over here, beat this totem to death. You see she's very, very slow, but she hits really hard. Grab the defense sigil. It's important to pick up, if you're going to go for this strategy, pick up all the sigils. The healing one you may not need, but the attack, defense, and the speed one for sure. Kill this Wandering Stone. Immediately drop your Death Shield, drop your dots, and then just burn, burn, burn. You'll see it's hard, but you can actually burn her. Execute, 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 and she's dead. The reason we had to grab the defense sigil is because there were Kindgald guys going to shoot fire at us, and we need all the help we can get so we don't have to take those hits. If you can't DPS through that quickly, just, you know, deal with them again. Deal with the ads, you know, while you still got the shields up and stuff. Kite the guys around, and then go, you know, go deal with them that way. It's not that hard, but again, it takes time getting used to. Alright, Theater of Despair. Final stage, final fight. Here we go. This is not the worst stage. It's honestly one of the easier ones once you get the song and dance down. And notice there's ghosts going all over the place. You want to avoid those ghosts. You do not want to let them touch you. But the golden ghost you see right here, you want to grab the golden ghost. So the gray ones are bad, the golden one is good. The golden one, if it gets to, it doesn't do this for you, of course, because why would it? But if it gets to one of the enemies, then it gets it buffs their resistances up quite a bit, and they're a lot harder to kill. And the list begins. Also, you can do some with 3 ghosts. And then we have a day drop right here, Crematory Front. The way you're supposed to deal with them is what I'm doing right now. You're supposed to kite them around, kite them around, kite them around them. Kite that fire AoE. That's how, if you're a stamina character, or you're a Sorc, or if you're anything but a Templar, you need to kite around them. That's all you gotta do. Just spin them around, and you should be fine. I mean, you gotta be real close. If you try to run away, you're going to die because the fire's going to hit you. If you try to DPS them, like just go full on DPS, unless you're a Templar, maybe like a Stam Sword or something might could get it off, but unless you're a Templar, you're pretty much for certain going to die. And you'll see I have a synergy there, Spectral Explosion. I'm cheap at using it because I'm waiting. Here's this guy. You could also, if you've got one ready, do that. You see I'm taking my time, laying all my dots down, and the animation canceling, and I still killed them this time. Before he came back, that is. But I mean, it's all tough. It's all the same thing. The Ogrim, you do not want to DPS too closely when he starts doing that belly bout, that like thing where he's, you know, smacking his chest and stuff. He's healing. Bash that if you want to, or just DPS through it. Know if you're going to DPS through it though. If you're a stamina person, or if you're like me and you fight up close, you can't do that. You'll see, I stand. Never mind. It's yeah, he didn't have a chance to do the flame AoE. I was going to show you how I personally do it. It doesn't always work. It's not the most sound strategy, and I highly recommend you don't do this. It's a bad idea. But it's another thing that you can do. Alright, this guy, we get the ghost, and spectral explosion. This guy can be a bit, like, he's actually, I've beaten it, you know, Maelstrom, I don't know how many times now. And he still can actually be a bit tricky for some reason. Another Ogrim. Ogrims, for the most part, signify the end of the round. So if you use your ultimate on that stage, on that round, go ahead and use that time to heavy attack and get him back. He wasn't on this one, of course, now that I said that, but normally he is. Fire AoE. You'll see I just stand in it. I stand in it and I stab. So long as I've got magic, I can stab, and so long as I can stab, I can actually heal through all that damage he does to me. I can just heal through. Another guy over here. Now there are Nightblades around here that will ambush you and stun you. There's also Nightblades around here that'll hit with Soul Tether. I have not been hit by Soul Tether, surprisingly yet. Round 4, you've got these guys. They spawn at the edge of the map and they walk into the center slowly. You need to... It's not him. It's not this guy right here. It is the guy back there on the left. That guy over there, I'm trying to just kill him before he gets there. When it says a summoning ritual is being performed, damn, you need to shut that ritual down. That ritual will be the end of you if it goes on. You get aim. I mean, it won't, not a skill, pretty much. There's a giant, I mean, big bone cluster that spawns. And he drops meteors and shit all around everything and messes up everything. Again, they always spawn towards the edge of the map, so if you see someone spawning over there, chances are it's probably one of those guys. Not always, because there is, I believe, one of the spawn things in here, it doesn't actually, it puts one on one side and like a day drop on the other side. Yep, right here, there's one. And then on the other side, no, maybe I'm wrong. It was an Ogrim is what it was. They all spawn on the outside, but... Okay, that's dead. Ogrim time. The Ogrim again, not really a big deal. If you need magic, heavy attack him, grab the defense sigil if you have to, that'll stop most of his attacks. I've got pretty good magic sustain on here with if you're already doing good, you know, on magic sustain, channel focus and element drain should definitely help. You got the Crematorium Guard. I only got two things. I got a little Nightblade dude and a Crematorium Guard. Then you get the Ash Titan. He'll pop in. There he is. Now, you don't have to drop a Destro ult on him. I rarely ever drop Destro ult on him. I usually just kind of hang out and burn. But either way, heavy attack. You want to be ready. You see, I grabbed the defense sigil. He does an attack here. You may or may not get to do it. That attack right there that he was gearing it to do. He shoots fire all over the place. I've never survived that without the sigil. I've never been able to shield through it. I've never been able to dodge it. I got soul tethered. Soul tethered is just a fact. It is what it is. After that, heal yourself and then come back and swing it. It sucks. It really does, but it is what it is. Alright, Ogrim, this is the last enemy before the next stage. So if you need magic, just some magic. If you need ultimate, we'll just some ultimate. Now, there's a couple ways to deal with the boss while he's down the stairs. He's gonna spawn in the middle of the room, right in that little circle. So as he's spawning, throw down your dots, get those going already, and then burn, 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 burn. You see, he does that thing where he charges up something. At that point, you need to block that. I'm gonna like go back and slow this down there. slow it down as I'm saying it, but you see, you need to block that, then he teleports, and as soon as he teleports, he does the thing you need to bash. Then after you bash, once you get into like below 60 or below 70%, then he goes up top. Now you're gonna have this electric Clamphere chasing you around. I wanted to kill this guy before I went upstairs, but that's not really my experience, because he just refuses to die. I think I just gave up on him at one point, yeah. Either way, Clamphere. Bring him over here. You want to kill him right next to the portal. That portal, you see it like sucking in that energy from him. That's when you get up top. Now when you're up here, you've got 3 crystals to kill. You see him doing the charging thing, you gotta, I didn't block that, and I fell down. If you don't block it, it just knocks you back and you fall down, and I didn't stab, so I got. Now, again, there's a lot going on here. Multi-fire, blah, blah. So, what hit me there was that necrotic spear thing. That's the thing that when he does it right off the bat, right, like, I usually get, if you notice, I get 1 or 2 stabs in on him, like 1 or 2 actual, like, the full attack. And then after that, he immediately starts to charge up that thing, and then you'll notice I stop attacking and block. When I'm blocking, that's when I'm blocking. It's like a heavy attack. It won't one-shot you, but it'll hurt. And then he teleports. Same thing. Does the thing you need to bash. Spawns the Gantrican. Spawns the Daedra. Definitely don't stand in those totems. Nor in that AoE. Kill the Daedra. Again, do not run away from them. If you run away, you're going to die. Kill the thing. Go up top. Crystals. Now again, you see him in the middle, charging up, block. If you have Harness Magic will, if you're able to pop that right before he does it, that'll take like the entire game. Now, it's not because I killed a crystal, it's just a matter of time. He pops up that shield, you need to hide behind that shield. As soon as he does his attack, if you're not behind that shield, you're going to be stopped. And as soon as he finishes the shield attack, then he immediately starts charging up again. So you need to get on your game, get your game on the, you need to be on the ball, that's what I'm trying to say. You need to be on the ball, keep your head in the game, and just keep it going. Now, as soon as you destroy the third one, he knocks you back. You'll notice the lava hurts not that bad. As soon as I get down here, I grab first the speed sigil, bash him, because he's doing that. Go pick up the ghost. The ghost is going to beeline to him. If that ghost gets to him, your problems get a lot worse. Now you'll notice you have little summoner dudes coming in to summon stuff at the same time. I wait for him to teleport. As soon as he teleports, drop a Destro Bolt, drop all my dots, get that ghost. Usually, I'm lucky I got that ghost before it got to him. Block that attack. Burn, burn, burn. Burn, 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 burn. Now you'll notice I noticed at the corner of my eye a ghost behind me. If you see a ghost, or if you take too long, then you'll get the Daedra off the spawn. If you can get that third ghost, you can stun him like I did here, and then just execute. And that is how it's done. It is a lot to do. It's really fucking difficult. Not really good at all. I gotta rest to a stat. I mean, it is like the hardest single player content in the game, but it's not impossible. Champion points, again, they don't really mean much. It is what it is. The ritual, the steed, the lady. My champion, they're nothing special is what I'm getting at. If you need to take out of something, you can take out a quick recovery and put it into Ironclad. Spell shield you don't really need. Or thick skin is always a good one. Elemental Defender, there's a bit of fire in there. But Hardy is definitely Hardy could be one that could be the difference. But again, you don't really need to change your champion points. Either way, that was it. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know why I keep popping this thing up. But, yeah. If you want any other guides or anything, let me know. And I will see what we can do. Peace!
Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop,